Anyway, so Capone's gang disguise themselves as Chicago cops, see? And they take these guys, they line them up against the wall, facing the wall like they're gonna frisk them. But then they pull out their machine guns. And the whole time, Jason Robards is lounging in Florida, sucking on a cigar, 1,000 miles away from the whole thing. It was great.
What made you think of that?
Well, I don't know, I guess because Valentine's Day just passed. And the fact that Patrick just married his latest in a long series of wives that day.
Ah.
What? You think I want to shoot him dead? I don't. Honest, I don't love him enough to want him dead. Really. I really don't love him at all anymore. I just feel sorry for him. That's the truth. And I think it's healthy. It means
It means what?
That I'm over it. Him. It. Honest. See, it isn't the reality that kills you. It's the waiting, the anticipation, the building up, and the dashing of your hopes, you know? But I think that's true of anything. Even a long illness, you know? You have hope until the worst finally happens. And then you feel the impact and it hurts. But at least you know it's over. And then you can step back and you take a breath and you move on. I'll tell you something. For the first time in a long time, I feel at peace. Am I happy? Maybe, maybe not. But I feel good.
Good.
The fat lady has sung. It's a figure of speech, you understand?
Living in time and feeling every moment. Do I walk into tomorrow and never look behind? In a perfect world, everyone's dreams would all come true. How will it all unfold? I wish I knew. As I try to learn the answer and I stumble along the way, I am powered by the love in my heart, by the thoughts in my mind, by the dreams I dream each day. What will the future hold? I wonder, what will the future hold? How will it all unfold? I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
This thing's already got me out of my mind. I don't know what the hell's right or wrong.
It's my point exactly. So why don't you just calm down and help me select another lawyer from the pool, okay? All right, let's see. Who's not in the midst of a trial? Marshall. He's a shrewd litigator.
He's an arrogant SOB.
He's a shrewd, arrogant SOB.
Forget it.
Okay, I'll forget it. How about Charlie?
Bargain's too easy.
Only with my approval.
And by that time, there's no choice.
Come on,
This is
Hank.
important to me, Ben.
I know. I know. Okay, how about... Yeah. Rosie.
Good evening.
Too close for comfort.
Maybe I should come back later.
No, no. I was just leaving.
Your arraignment's tomorrow at 11.
I know that. I just like to think about all this, all right?
All right, I'll go over the list and give you your options in half an hour.
What's wrong with him?
Nothing you need to worry yourself over. So?
I've come up with a rather creative solution to the Martinelli case.
Okay.
He's only dangerous when he skips his medication. So we filed a motion to continue the case generally for 6 months.
Rosie, Tim's got something he needs to ask you.
Yeah, actually, Rosie, there's this case, and Hank wants...
Can I speak to you a moment?
Udell, I'm in the middle of something. Two somethings.
Then later, perhaps.
No, I'm sorry. I'm lecturing at USC this evening.
Breakfast?
Udell.
I'm making my opening statement tomorrow, and I have a couple of ideas that I'd like to share with you.
Sure. 8 o'clock. Is the cafeteria okay with you, or should we go for the $20 a plate spread over at the new posh hotel on Spring Street?
No, the service there is terribly shoddy. No, the cafeteria will have to do. Thank you.
He's in trial this week.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Well, actually, it's his first day in being with his father's reputation and all of that. He has a lot to aspire to. Anyway, Rosie, there is...
Sorry. Did we say 8 or 8:30?
8, Udell. 8 o'clock.
In the cafeteria.
Correct? How about we do this over a nice snack? Well, from here it all seems manageable, huh, Rosie? Yeah, even peaceful.
But we know better, right? So cut to the chase, Ben.
Okay. At approximately 1:30 p.m. LAPD time, an as yet unidentified perpetrator walked into the payroll office of Wollaston Industries on Central, brandishing a .38 and lifted close to $1 million in cash. Yeah. Witnesses say they saw him put the money in an aluminum suitcase, and he was wearing a red windbreaker and a stocking.
Over his face, I hope.
Some gutsy workers followed him, saw him go into a building on San Pedro, go up to apartment 3C. By the time the cops got there, warrant in hand, our alleged perp had already gone. But they did find the windbreaker, the stocking, and the suitcase.
Empty, I assume.
Very. They also found the guy who lived there sitting with $5,000 in cash.
And now he's been charged with being an accomplice to armed robbery.
Yeah. He's also a client. So I offered Hank first dibs on the case, but we both agreed it was more appropriate for somebody else to handle it. He picked you.
Well, thanks, guys. What is this, like the Army? You ask for volunteers and everybody steps back but Rosie, who stuck their tie in her shoe? Come on, Ben, I'm sorry. I'm booked, solid. Besides, when do we start picking and choosing the cases
Rosie,
we're
the
working
client
on?
we're representing is Willie Mitchell. He's Hank's younger brother.
Oh. Ben filled me in. Hank?
Huh?
Ben told me about Willie.
Oh. Good.
I'm flattered that you think I'm the best choice. Are you sure you want me? Hell, it was only a few weeks ago that I was cursing you out and you were hurling darts in my direction.
I never hit you, did I? Besides, you were the only one wasn't in trial. No, seriously, I think you'd be the most thorough, the fairest and the toughest on him and me.
As long as we get a few things straight.
Such as?
It's my case. That means no unsolicited advice.
Oh, wait a minute. You're the ones always coming in here asking for my advice.
And I probably will again. The key word here is unsolicited.
Don't worry. I can keep my mouth shut.
Okay. No looking over my shoulder, no checking up, no second guessing. I'll keep you informed.
Anything else?
Yes. I don't want you interfering with my client. You want to talk to him? You talk to me first.
What are you now, his lawyer or his agent?
Hank, he's up to his eyeballs in trouble. And I would guess, since he's your brother, that he probably has an attitude problem, which is only going to get worse when he looks at me for the first time. So I want to be sure I'm the one that sets the ground rules here, from the start. Those are my conditions. Deal?
Deal.
Good. And don't worry, all right? I'll look at his file now, and I'll go see him before I go home.
No.
Excuse me?
No. I want him to sit in jail alone tonight. It'll serve him right. And that's the last unsolicited advice you'll get from me.
I don't want to hear it, Hank. I'm going to see Willie tonight. You got a problem with that or not? Willie Mitchell. I'm Rosie O'Neill. I'm your lawyer. I'll be doing my best to represent you.
You work for Hank?
I work with him.
He's showing up?
Surgeons don't usually operate on their relatives.
What?
Would you like to sit down? Well, we all felt that you'd get a fairer shake if he didn't represent you.
So, the Snow Queen come to the rescue. Psh.
Look, let's get one thing straight right now. This isn't about who's black or who's white or who's been oppressed and who hasn't. So until we part company, I am not Miss White Thang and you're not Jim Crow, okay? We're two people with a common problem. Namely, how to keep you from getting gang raped in the state penitentiary over the next 3 years. Now, we've got an arraignment tomorrow morning, at which time your bail will be set, and I need to get some background information. Anything you say to me will be held strictly confidential. Your record seems clean. That's good. Did you go to college?
Right.
I assume that's a no? How long have you worked for Tower Cab?
Too long. 6 months.
And before that?
Downtown taxi.
Why'd you switch?
White dudes got all the good shifts.
You like to drive?
Keep me moving around. Forget where I live. Besides, all the bank president jobs was filled last time I looked.
Okay, Willie. Do you know where the stolen payroll money is? So I presume that the $5,000 in cash that the police found in your apartment was what, tips from the weekend?
Since when it's a crime to have money, huh? You asked me that question, I was white. Maybe I saved it up.
Well, the Wollaston Industries corporate band had not been removed from the stack of bills.
I ain't stealing.
They're not saying that you did. You're charged with being an accomplice. So where'd you get the money?
What's the difference?
Oh, there's no difference, Willie. It's just that if the money grew on a tree, I'd like to know the name of your gardener. Come on, Willie. The money came from somewhere. Along with the windbreaker, the stocking, and the suitcase.
I was out. Somebody left it.
Well, since Christmas is long past, I guess that leaves Santa Claus out as a suspect, doesn't it? Who left it, Willie?
Woman, how do I know? I ain't got no hidden cameras in there. I come home, the money there. So's the other stuff. That's all I know. Maybe they broke in.
Well, the police show no sign.
Police don't get rats. Come busting in with some warrant thing. Wreck the place up and down. Why they do that, huh? 'Cause it's fun. Just like it's fun to pull me over a red light, see if I stole the cab. Routine check. Bull. Police don't know nothing from nothing. Now, I'm telling you, I don't know where that money and stuff came from. And if you gonna be my lawyer, be my lawyer. And believe me,
Share a drink with the sugar bitch?
You met Willie.
White wine spritzer, please, Jimmy. Hold the wine. Heavy on the spritz. So, enlighten me. I got nowhere with him.
I thought you didn't want any advice.
I don't. This is research. I need information. You know him.
Not anymore. Willie, we don't communicate real well anymore. Maybe we never did. He's a lot younger.
He doesn't even sound like you.
Yeah, that's street talk, street jive, whatever you want to call it. He does it on purpose half the time to remind everybody we're different.
So what went wrong?
My older sister Shirley and I got out. Willie didn't.
It's that simple?
Late 60s, early 70s. At least some opportunities existed. Once Willie got there, it was too late.
So what else?
Nothing else.
Hank.
Nothing else, Rosie. Black family, ghetto situation. All kinds of things go up in smoke.
Is there nothing in your life or his life that doesn't stem from the ghetto situation? I mean, everything you talk about solely in terms of race, like there were no other factors.
There are.
Well, there's no gray area for you, Hank? It's either black or white?
Look, Rosie, I wish it wasn't that way, but it is. I mean, you and I live in separate worlds. Every time you try to forget, it smacks you in the face again.
What about this? You and I, we're sitting here talking, working together, right now. Is this just about black or white? I mean, come on, Hank. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Yeah, sure, right now, because you and I are controlling the environment. But you change the situation. You put the cards in somebody else's hands. Your mother's club, for instance.
Hank,
No,
don't
really,
start
now,
with
hear
me
me
on
out,
it.
Rosie. Listen, if I walked into that club right now, I'd be asked to leave.
Oh, bull. This is 1991.
Exactly. I'll bet you a dinner in the restaurant of your choice.
You bet me. Hank.
Are you afraid I'm right?
Okay, you're on. When?
How about tomorrow night, while it's still 1991?
You're gonna lose.
7 o'clock?
I'll make the reservations. And be on time. They don't like latecomers.
Don't worry, I'll be on time.
Good. Are you buying?
Yeah.
Good. I'm gonna go home and try and think of an argument to get your brother out on OR.
Forget it. Cameron Kelly's prosecuting this one.
And?
And you don't know him. He's a right-wing conservative fascist
Fine.
who has it in for blacks.
Well, is there any other kind? Don't worry about it. I thrive on adversity. Besides, his name is Kelly.
So?
So he's met his match. It's one thick-skinned Irishman against another. You're Cameron Kelly?
You got a problem with that?
Oh, no, skip it.
What's the matter, O'Neill? Never heard of the Black Irish?
All right, let's hit it. A plea of not guilty will be entered on behalf of your client, Miss O'Neill. Mr. Kelly?
Your Honor, almost $1 million was taken from the Wollaston Industries payroll department. Money that belonged to its employees. Hard-working people. Poor people. Ghetto people. People from Mr. Mitchell's community. Now it turns out Wollaston Industries insurance companies giving them a hard time about covering the loss in a timely manner. Now, consequently,
Your Honor, Wollaston Industries' insurance policy problems have absolutely no relevance to...
On the contrary, Your Honor, it's got as much damn relevance as you can get. Willie Mitchell is charged with being an accomplice to the armed robbery of his own people. Then what message will we send if we allow him to walk away from this court and go back to his life while those people are figuring out how to live without their 2 weeks' pay? Some of us have been there, Your Honor. Some of us know that 2 weeks' pay means the presence or absence of food on the table. And some of us demand that Willie Mitchell's bail be set at $200,000. Then some of us will feel satisfied until such time Mr. Mitchell can be brought to trial.
Your Honor, what happened to the presumption of innocence? Aside from the fact that Mr. Mitchell has been neither tried nor convicted yet, I would like to point out that he, too, is one of those hard-working people to whom Mr. Kelly referred. He has no prior criminal record. He's been steadily employed. He's not involved in the sale or use of drugs, and he had no weapon on his person or in his apartment. He poses no threat, and as he has family roots in the community, is not a flight risk. There's absolutely no reason that he not be released on his own recognizance, Mr. Kelly's histrionics notwithstanding.
There's nothing histrionic about poverty, Counselor.
All right, all right. Approach, please. Look, folks, I have a loaded calendar today. Mr. Kelly, do you plan on trying this thing come hell or high water?
I'm unable to say for certain at this time, Your Honor.
Well, have the police apprehended the actual gunman yet?
Not to my knowledge.
Miss O'Neill, you think your guy is willing to cough him up under the proper circumstances?
At the moment, Your Honor, I don't know how much he knows, if anything.
Well, my suggestion is that the two of you consider having a nice little chat. It's a lovely day out there for a stroll and a negotiation. And you make such an attractive couple. That's it. Thank you. Your Honor. Meantime, I'll set bail without prejudice at $10,000 cash and defer posting until I get an OR report.
What the hell was all the preaching about?
Not preaching, lady. Facts.
What is your problem, Kelly? Willie didn't hurt anybody. For Christ's sake, he wasn't within a half mile of the crime scene.
David Dukes ran the KKK from his place of business.
What are you telling me? You think Willie masterminded this whole thing?
I'm telling you that whether he pointed the gun, stole the money, or just plain went along, when a black man commits a crime, it makes it twice as hard for the next one, the honest one, to show his face. And some of us can't afford that.
Look, Kelly, you got an axe to grind. You do it in some other client's neck. The only thing we know for sure is that he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, period.
I was born in the wrong place in the wrong time. I kicked my own ass out. So don't waste your time bleeding your heart at my feet. I've seen it all and heard it all. If Mr. Mitchell wants to turn over the perpetrator, I'll do a deal. He doesn't, I won't.
You willing to put that in writing?
You got 48 hours.
The DA is willing to deal with you, Willie. And you'd rather become some statistic?
Get away from me.
3 years is a long time.
I'll be out for Christmas with good behavior and a good lawyer.
Look, let's just suppose you're right. Let's just suppose you get out sooner. A rat hole is a rat hole, even if you're locked up only for a year.
I can take care of my own ass.
Well, you won't have to. There'll be plenty of guys in there to help. You're doing hard time, Willie.
I've been living hard time.
You've been living a paradise here compared to prison.
Look, I don't care, okay? I don't care. It's worth it to me.
Worth it? You know exactly where that money came from, don't you, Willie?
And I know exactly where it's going to.
What, to you?
About $250,000 my share. Just waiting for me when I get out. You know how long it takes somebody like me to clear that much on his own?
What makes you think that who's ever responsible for this is gonna hold your share for 3 years while you rot to protect him?
What you know about it, hmm?
I know you're being played for a fool.
You think you on top of the world. You and my brother. Both of y'all think y'all know everything there is to know. My man robbed that payroll office, but his shotgun ain't show up to drive him out of there. So he took off for the best place he knew. My place. He laid 5,000 cash money on me. He trusts me, and I trust him.
Why? Why would you?
'Cause he was there. All them years Hank wasn't. And that's something I know that you and my hotshot brother do.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm meeting a friend for dinner, Rosie O'Neill. I'm a little early.
Yes, that would be for 2 at 7.
Right. Is our table ready?
Not just yet. But you're welcome to have a seat at the entrance. I'm sure it'll be quite comfortable. That way you'll be able to see her when she arrives.
I see. Do you mind if I have a drink at the bar?
I'm so sorry, but I'm afraid we have a policy that non-members may not sit in the dining room or cocktail lounge alone.
Boy, you really aren't late. Hello, Malcolm.
Good evening, Miss O'Neill. Let me show you to your table.
Thank you. Excuse me, Malcolm, what happened to my regular table?
I thought you might prefer the privacy.
Well, thank you, Malcolm, but I get claustrophobic in corners.
Unfortunately, your regular table has been reserved.
Yes, it has. By me. I called at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Forgive me, Miss O'Neill, but whoever took your reservation was in error. Table 15 is available, if you prefer.
So is the storeroom and the kitchen, Malcolm. I think I'd prefer to eat somewhere else.
I'm afraid I have no other available table.
Not at another table, Malcolm. At another restaurant. If it's all right with you.
Lead the way.
There's no need to.
Yes, there is. A real need. You win the bet.
He didn't throw me out.
Well, they didn't exactly welcome you either. I'm so sorry, Hank. I am very sorry.
I know.
Where to?
Hey, as long as we're all dressed up.
Come on, fair is fair. I told you about my senior prom. Fess up.
Well, my sister,
Shirley.
right. She became a teacher. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And she ended up becoming a principal at our old high school. She's a real progressive woman, real hard-nosed.
What a surprise.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe we kind of left Willie behind. By that time, my dad was dead. My mom had to work full-time. Willie had a different life from us. The streets got a lot worse. He just got lost, I guess.
It's ironic, you know?
What?
Well, you know, Willie's your brother, and I mean, you bend over backwards to try and get close to your nephew Conrad, but...
Well, it didn't work out, Rosie. Right, it just didn't work out. That's why I bend over backwards for Conrad. 'Cause I don't like making the same mistake twice. I guess maybe I wasn't always there for Willie.
You sort of said as much.
No, he did. Like what?
Nothing. He just said that you
I
weren't
wasn't around much. I had my head stuck in a stack of damn law books every second. I wasn't working at the shoe store.
Take it easy. He's under pressure.
Oh, no, he's not under pressure. He's under the illusion that the world is supposed to pay him back for his hard times. Maybe if he'd spent a little more time thinking and a little less time running with these lowlifes, he wouldn't have become one.
Hank, he's not a gang member.
Yeah, we might as well be.
You don't really believe that, do you?
No. But if he goes up, who knows?
I tell you something in confidence, lawyer to lawyer? I'm not supposed to be telling you any of this. Willie knows who stole the payroll. He says the guy promised him a bundle when he got out if he kept quiet.
And that fool believes it, right? Who is it?
He wouldn't tell me. He just said he trusted him.
You trusted him? How stupid is that?
He said the guy was there for him. All the years you were away.
Shadow.
What?
That's his name. Shadow. Yeah, he was there, all right. But he's bad news, Rosie. He is really bad news.
Hello, Mother. Something wrong?
I just got a call from the manager of the club.
Ah.
He wondered if something in particular had happened there that caused you to walk out so abruptly with your guest.
Well, as a matter of fact, something very particular happened. They treated my guest as if he had the plague.
I cannot believe that Malcolm was anything but gracious to you, as he has always been.
Oh, yes, he very graciously escorted us to the back table, where my guest would be conveniently out of sight.
And did you bring him there just because he was black?
How did you know he was black? You see, Mother, the very fact that they even mentioned his color tells the whole story, doesn't it?
Fiona, one has to abide by the policies of the club.
The policies are immoral and illegal.
Never seemed to bother you before. Guess that makes you a little bit of a hypocrite, doesn't it?
Yes, Mother, I guess it does. And for that, I feel very bad.
Maybe you'll remember that next time you decide to go there and cause a scene.
That won't be necessary, Mother. I've caused my last scene at that club, as of tonight.
My lawyer now?
I just wanted to see you.
You seeing me?
You doing okay here?
Why? You gonna pull some strings, give me some extra soup for dinner?
You got that same mouth on you, don't you?
What about it?
Can't we just talk?
Like brothers.
Forget it.
Oh, man, don't tell me you running down little Willie, man. Hell, why don't you do something different for a change?
You know, everybody's got something to blame on somebody else. And that gets you by for a while. But eventually, you got to take it on yourself, Willie. I didn't get you in here, you did. You dug your own hole. Now you want to dig it even deeper. Now, that's not too smart.
Man, what the hell you know about what's smart and what ain't, huh? You think just because you got the job you got and wear the clothes you wear, you are a hot shot now? You ain't so far away as you think. As for me, I'm still living in a pile of crap.
Yeah, well, whose fault is that?
Not mine, brother. Wasn't no money left time you and Shirley got through spending all on college. No daddy to help me with mine.
Shirley and I busted our butts to get scholarships, and you know it.
Y'all busted to get away from me and Mama.
Mama? I provided for her, and so did Shirley. What the hell did you ever do besides spun?
I was there,
You
man.
was out, man. He was out partying and hanging with those morons you call friends.
At least my friends stick with me.
Oh, yeah? But like Shadow? What, you think I wouldn't find out?
I ain't never said it was Shadow.
You didn't have to. He's the only one you'd be dumb enough to listen to. And you're the only one he'd think was dumb enough to cover.
Stuff it.
The score went bad, Willie, so he's using you now. Don't you see that?
I see 250,000 large fell in my lap, Hank. I see I ain't got nothing, man. No plans, no future, no life. This my chance to bust out.
This ain't the way to bust out, Willie. Don't be stupid.
Don't call me stupid, man.
Listen to me, Willie. You might think you're beating the system, but you're not. You're not. You're just a cliche, man.
Cliche, huh?
Yeah, it just means...
I know what it means. 'Cause I'm looking right at one. A real sorry cliche.
And without a
no
second
reason
thought,
at
he
all,
goes
except
charging
you're
through
oversensitive
like
and
a...
All right,
totally
hold it. Nobody speaks but me until I give the go-ahead, okay? You got that? Now, what I want to know is how it affects Willie's case. Rosie.
We know now that Louis Brown, alias Shadow, is the armed robber.
And how the hell do we know that? Because of me.
Hank, come on.
I am not denying that. The point is, Mr. just couldn't keep his nose out of it. Went over there last night to visit with my client, unbeknownst to me, and proceeded to divulge privileged information, therefore jeopardizing any trust that I built with Willie.
All right, Hank, now it's your turn.
Her client is still my brother, and it was my nose who figured out it was Shadow in the first place.
Based on my privileged information.
Rosie, please.
I went to see Willie is all. I told him he was being a jerk, protecting this guy.
Yeah, but you didn't tell Rosie about it first. Now, Hank, nobody is more sympathetic about your feelings in this than me, but your brother's butt is on the line, not yours. And we agreed. Rosie calls the shot.
I wasn't calling any shot.
No, you were just fouling up my chances of calling.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
No, enough! Okay. Where do we go from here, guys?
I have to get Willie to pin Shadow by tomorrow. Otherwise, Kelly's gonna rescind the offer. I need a guarantee. No more interference.
Hank, you got three options. A, I tell the judge we're too close to the case and we ask to withdraw. B, you take a short leave of absence. C, you let the attorney that you handpicked to represent your brother do so, as she sees fit. That's up to you, Hank. Hank.
Sure, man. Sure, you guys know what's best. It's your case.
Confidential, huh? You lied to me. Why the hell should I even talk to you?
How about because you lied to me first? So let's not get too righteously indignant. It's time, Willie,
For what?
to give Shadow up.
Already heard this one.
Don't you get it? He was armed with a .38. At the next job, he may use it.
Ain't my problem.
But it's your responsibility. If you don't turn him in now while you have the chance, you may wind up being party to a murder.
Look, ain't nobody dead, okay?
Not this time, Willie. But what if we're not so lucky next time? And Shadow actually kills somebody, then what?
I stopped dealing in what-ifs a long time ago. Here and now reality, all that means something.
That's right. And here it is. Now, you can piss and moan all you want about your father's death and your brothers and sisters' success and how the white man never gave you a break, and it may all be true. But as of here and now, Willie, you are given a choice. Now, you can either align yourself with this guy who carries a murder weapon, Or you can stand up and you can say, no more. No more blaming, and no more depending on other people. Now, this is it. You protect Shadow, and you're no better and no different than that trash that you stayed clear of all these years. And when you finish your prison sentence, $250,000, $10 million isn't gonna help you. Because the Willie Mitchell that you are now is gonna be long gone, and I don't know who in the hell is gonna be there. What I do know is I will probably be defending him again. That's reality. It's up to you. You call me within 24 hours or you're on your own.
Oh, Fiona.
Oh, Mother.
Well, I knew I'd never catch you in Santa Monica, and this is important. Could you give me just a few minutes?
Coffee. Cream without sugar.
Yes, thank you. You know that I've been getting phone calls from club members on an hourly basis ever since your little incident.
Look, Mother,
No, just let me finish. I've had as many pro calls as I have con. This thing has just touched a nerve with everybody.
Good.
Some of the members are planning to petition the board for a change of policy.
Great.
And they like you to chair the committee.
Where do your friends stand on this issue?
Divided. I mean, like Helen feels that private clubs have a right to free association. Like a wedding list. Agatha says we've had our heads in the sand for years.
And you?
I just don't know anymore. I mean, I never thought of ourselves as prejudiced. It's a whole new world.
We live in a country, Mother, that spends money and lives defending freedom all over the world. Don't you think it's a touch hypocritical? There are still places here at home where certain American citizens aren't allowed.
Yes.
What is it you'd like me to do?
I would like you to point that out to the board at the club. Helen be damned.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's smart, Willie. That's real smart. All right, listen, let me call Kelly. All right, Willie, you owe me that quarter. All right. Yeah, Rosie O'Neill for Mr. Kelly, please. Well, till what time? Well, can't you interrupt him? Look, I've got a guy I would like to get out of jail. Now, I know that is not on the top of your priority list. But why keep an innocent man locked up needlessly, you know? Okay. Fine, you just tell him that my client and I are ready to deliver the goods, and he's got the number. Thanks.
Oh, your father would be proud of you. As I am. For everything.
Rosie O'Neill.
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes?
Charlotte O'Neill. We met at Fiona's birthday party.
Oh, yes.
Nice to see you again.
Same here.
Excuse me. Would you please accept my apologies for the way you were treated at my club?
I mean, hopefully things will be changing there. And I look forward to having you as my guest one evening.
Sure. Well...
No, I'm sure that you have to get back to work. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Willie gave up Shadow. I'm waiting for Kelly to call on the motion to dismiss as we speak. I speak. You want a little unsolicited advice? Why don't you be there to meet Willie when he gets out? It's worth a try. My mother's country club may end up admitting blacks. Who knows what could happen?
They might even start admitting Jews. Come on, Hank, take her advice. You have to go to jail anyway.
I'm going to jail?
Yeah, don't pass go, don't collect $200. Udell needs us.
What, he can't help his own client?
Come on.
Look, Rosie, I'd like... Thanks.